from $5 Dinners, host of the Dinner Made Easy show here on Facebook Live. And today we are making an amazing garlic Parmesan pork chop recipe. I'm going to show you all about how to make that so that I can help you get dinner on the table in a faster, easier, smoother way. So before we get started, I want to know where you're chiming in from, what you're having for dinner tonight, and then I want you to tell me when you're going to make these garlic Parmesan pork chops. So I'm super excited to share this recipe with you guys. Over the next couple of months, I'm going to be sharing a bunch of recipes with you from the eatpork.org website. I have partnered up with the Kansas Pig Farmers Association, and I'm going to be sharing a bunch of recipes with you in the next couple of months. But first, we're going to start with this one. The garlic Parmesan pork chops is what we are making tonight. So let me do a quick rundown of this recipe, how it works, and then I'm going to get started making it. So how this recipe works is we are going to mix up a little bit of breadcrumb, Parmesan cheese, minced garlic, and I'm going heavy on the garlic. You'll see you can always adjust that up or down depending on how much you love garlic, and a little bit of onion powder. We're going to mix that into the crust essentially, and then we're just going to press really hard with the pork chops and get them crusted really nicely on both sides. You don't have to coat them entirely. This is a little bit different than like if you were going to do like, let's say, fried chicken where you want to coat it entirely. We're only doing a real thick crust almost on top and on bottom of the pork chops. So I'm going to show you how that works. So let me tell you a little bit about cooking pork chops as well. You want to cook them like steak, and if you really want to get in there and get them cooked correctly so that you will like them, I would suggest using a meat thermometer, and you want to use the meat thermometer and put it in the side of the pork chop and cook to 145 degrees. Once you're done cooking the pork chops to 145, let them sit for a few minutes before slicing. I get so many emails, seriously, so many emails and comments in our Facebook groups like, my pork chops are overcooked, they're dry. And I'm like, you're not cooking them right, you're cooking them too long. So that's why I highly recommend, if you've been having issues with dried out pork chops, I highly recommend using a meat thermometer, slip it in the side, 145, let it sit for 5 minutes before you go to slice them and serve them. Here's what I would recommend. You can totally make these without olive oil, but it just helps the crust stick a little better. So we're going to just drizzle a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Here we go. This is 4 pork chops, up or down. If you need more servings or less servings, you can easily adjust this. So we're going to do a little salt and pepper. Look at me starting with the pepper first. I always do salt first. What just happened? I don't know. Both sides, and then we're going to do oil on both sides. Just some drizzles. Just a little drizzle. This hopefully doesn't come out too fast, just to help it stick a little. That's it. You do not have to do the olive oil. We're going to get both sides. I think there's plenty in there. We'll just kind of go like this. We'll make this work. All right, so that is that. Next thing we need to do, let me wash my hands real quick. We need to mix up our crust, our coating, whatever you want to call this. So to do that, I have 1 cup of breadcrumbs already measured right here. This is a cup of breadcrumbs right here. If you bring it down too much, it might just be Parmesan pork chops. All right. Yes, that's a little bit wet, the minced garlic. You just want to spread it out a little bit in here. This is going to be our crust. That's a lot for 4 pork chops. So you're going to want to lay this in thick. Okay, lay this in thick and we'll be good to go. 4 pork chops, salt and pepper, drizzle olive oil on both sides. This is 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. You could use a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, but these are garlic Parmesan pork chops. So maybe don't go easy on the garlic. So what we're going to do is just press really well to get these nice and coated. Like that's not coated enough, so I'm going to press again. You want to get a nice thick layer. I'm not concerned about the sides. These are thinner pork chops, so if a little bit gets on the side, that's okay. And I'm going to literally give it a really nice thick crust, and then we'll put this back into the dish, just like that. Okay, we're good. All right, I just gave a quick review. I'll do one more summary of the recipe here towards the end. Again, press, get a nice coat on there, both the top and the bottom. Don't worry about the sides, that's okay. We're gonna cook these at 350 for anywhere between 25 and 40 minutes. And I'll tell you why I give such a wide range on this one. It's because it depends on how thick your pork chops are. I mentioned earlier, and I'll mention it again, you wanna cook these to 145 internal temperature. You can put the meat thermometer in the side of the pork chop, then they won't be overcooked or dry. 4 pork chops, salt and pepper, drizzle of olive oil. Look at this bozo right here. Then in the coating is 1 cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Mix all that up into sort of the crusty mix. Press both sides of the pork chops. Use any extra to coat the top of the pork chops to give that nice thick crust. And then bake at 350 for anywhere between 25 and 40 minutes. I'm going to get these into the oven. I will share a picture as well in a little while so that you can see kind of what these look like, the finished product. And I hope you can get these into your meal plan like tomorrow or next week, right? So get these made. They're super delicious, super amazing, great pork chop recipe. We are super excited to have this for dinner, and I hope you are too. If y'all have any questions, drop them here below. I will be back this weekend with another Facebook Live video and another episode in the Dinner Made Easy show next Wednesday. So I will share more details about that soon. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will talk with you soon.